What's up, everybody? Recently I was looking at the playlists on my channel and I realized there were certain video types that I have not done in a really long time, like my rare game videos or my video game promo item vids, and I want to go and at least add a few new videos to those playlists to resurrect them and bring them back from the dead. When I was looking at the rare game one, I realized I have not done a new video in that series since November of 2012, so that's been a really long time. I went ahead and pulled together around 6 or 7 games that are a little bit rarer in my collection. And like many people have stated in our game community, rare does not always mean expensive. A lot of the time it does, but sometimes it just means a game that someone or a lot of people have never heard of or just didn't sell really well. So it doesn't necessarily mean that all these are $100+ games or anything. And if you've never watched one of my rare game videos, I sort of do them as a collector's guide, more in the sense of let you know the value, a little bit about the game, and it's more for if you like see it in the wild at a garage sale or thrift store or something, and you're like, what the fuck, why would I buy that game? It looks kind of weird or dumb. Now you might be able to see one in one of these videos and go, oh, okay, well actually that game is really hard to find. It's actually a really cool game, so maybe I'll pick it up. So again, these are more of just like a Not so much of a review of all the games, but just more of a collector's guide. First, I'm going to start with a game that I just got in the mail today, and I've only recently been collecting for the Mega Man series. I was never really into it when I was younger, and just this past year I decided that I wanted to get into it. I wanted to start, playing a lot of the games I missed, and I've been able to get quite a few of the games through trades or purchases, from other YouTubers, but a few games I just have not been able to acquire yet. So I've had to just go on to eBay. So I bought this off of eBay, and it is the Mega Man game on the Game Gear. It is one of the very few Game Gear games that is technically harder to find or worth, more than just a few dollars. And it's in really nice shape. What I did not know when I bought this was the person I bought it from knew who I was. They watch my videos, they watch the Video Game Sellers series. And I've had that happen a handful of times now on eBay. Probably like 3 or 4 times someone has recognized me and gone, oh, hey man, that's so cool. And it's a really cool thing, to think that how many millions of people are on eBay and to be able to run into a few. I only have 8,400 something subscribers, so just to be able to run into people like that is pretty damn cool. Well, this guy, his name is Evan. He watches the videos, like I said, and he actually sent me a letter. And when I opened up the package, this was inside, and I saw the word Scottsquatch on it, and I was like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, I don't remember buying, I bought this off of eBay. I didn't know this person. But they wrote me a really nice letter, and he actually gave me 2 things. He gave me a little Pokemon Sapphire guide, which is awesome, and he actually refunded some of my money because this game generally goes for, genuinely, is that what I said? Generally, there we go, goes for like around the $50 mark, give or take a little bit in each direction. But I'm looking obviously for a really nice copy, and I decided, okay, I'm just going to buy it, so I bought one. And it was a little bit higher price than some of the lower ones that have gone for, but I'm talking about a few bucks, not like $30 more or anything like that. Like I said, it goes for around 50 bucks. Well, he said in the letter that he basically, knows that it was a little more than some of the other ones have sold for recently, and he enjoyed my videos, so he actually refunded me a little bit of my money. So I thought that was incredibly generous. Very, very rare to ever come across that, especially on eBay. So thank you very, very much, Evan. That was awesome, and I would love to purchase more stuff from you in the future because, like I said, that type of just common, decency and humanity doesn't really happen very often, so thank you very much, man. Next, so I guess I should, anyways, yeah, so Mega Man on the Game Gear, like I said, it's harder to find Game Gear game. It generally goes for around like the $50 mark, but obviously if it's in a little bit poorer shape, if the label's a little messed up or something, you could probably grab it for a little bit cheaper. But it is the only Mega Man title that came out on the Game Gear. Next is a harder-to-find Wii title, and that is One Piece Unlimited Adventure. I bought this quite a few years ago, I believe for around like 25 bucks or so at a GameStop, and it is complete, obviously. This game caught my attention because I have watched a handful of the anime series, and it's funny and I liked it. But I mainly picked this one up compared to other One Piece games because it was more of like an adventure title. I'm personally not into like one-on-one fighting games, so I don't collect for that genre. So I went ahead and grabbed this. Now this game is really hard to find. It goes for around like $50 or more. That seems to be around about the average for a complete, good condition copy. But it has definitely become one of the harder to find Wii titles. Not the most expensive, but I have not seen a copy of this in one of my local stores in years now. So definitely, if you happen to see this one, go ahead and pick it up, even if you're not really a fan of the anime art style or, that genre or anything. It is definitely worth the grab if you can find it for anything less than, say, like 40 or 30 bucks. These next two games I'm going to show together because technically they are related. I got them both recently. I've been trying to finish my games I want that Atlas put out. And I'm really close. I'm down to just a lot of really bizarre titles. Only a handful I'm looking for. And a lot of them are ones that I had passed up years ago just because they were so oddball or looked so weird that I was like, I think I'll pass right now. But like I said, I'm trying to finish that part of my collection. And these two are both pretty odd titles. They're both Game Boy games. They are Spud's Adventure and Amazing Tater, both potato games. And the Amazing Tater is more of a puzzle game in the sense where you're basically just trying to get through little mazes. Each level is its own separate maze, and they get more challenging and challenging as you go through them. Spud's Adventure is more of an adventure game, but both are very fun. The Amazing Tater is pretty addictive. I was playing it actually yesterday, and I ended up playing it for about 45 minutes. And for like a puzzle game where you're just doing level after level, that's a pretty decent amount of time. Both of these are very, very rare and pretty damn expensive as well. They can go upwards of like around $100 or a little bit more a piece. Sometimes I've seen them sell together for a little bit less, like maybe around $175 or so. But they are two very, very hard to find Game Boy games. And those would be, again, Amazing Tater and Spud's Adventure. Next, we have Skull Monkeys on the PS1. Now, this is not terribly expensive. It goes for 30, 50 bucks at the most normally. But it really depends, price-wise, on the condition of the case. And that is because you can see it has a lenticular cover, which makes the eyeball move around in the skull. And a lot of times the front of the case gets cracked. And you can't replace the little piece of lenticular, the little lenticular piece inside, because it's an actual part of the front cover. So that makes it a little bit harder to find a really good condition copy. This is a game put out by the Neverhood. Very funny and zany platformer adventure game. Highly recommend it. Like I said, it's not very expensive and it is a fantastic game, so definitely you should check that one out. Here we have a Game Boy Advance title put out by Konami, and it is Ninja 5-0. I was lucky enough to get a complete in-box copy for a really good price. Cart alone can go for around like 75 bucks or so. Obviously, give or take a little bit in either direction depending on condition or how many are available online at the time. A box copy can go easily for double that or more, also depending on the condition of the box and contents. Now, this is a badass game. Sometimes when a game is expensive, doesn't necessarily mean it is a really good game to play. It just means maybe it was harder to find, whatever. This one is a really, really good action platformer game on the Game Boy Advance. You play as Ninja 5-0. You have quite a few different weapons to choose from and magic. And the boss battles are really, really fun. It's just really a tight game. It controls really well. So I would highly recommend if you see this, sitting in a bin at a flea market and a bunch of other games, or you see it, on a shelf at a game store and they know what they have, I'd recommend picking it up just because of how tight and solid the gameplay is on it. But like I did mention, it is also a more expensive one, so if you can get it at a really good deal, you shouldn't pass up on it either. And last but not least, we have a newer game, the newest one out of all these that I've shown, and that is Persona 4 Golden. This is the solid gold edition on the PS Vita. Now, like I said, this just came out recently. The game itself is not expensive or hard to find. You can go into most GameStops or whatever and find new or used copies. But this edition was very, very limited and was basically sold out within like a day or two once pre-orders were available for it. A sealed copy can go upwards of $150. Open ones tend to hover around like the $100 mark. But I noticed some, give or take in either direction, just depending on the condition. A lot of people were just selling the contents without the game, so it was a little bit below $100. But it's a really cool little set. It came with, I already did like an unboxing of this, so I'm not going to do another unboxing, but you can see on the back, it came with the face cover. You have a little hard pouch. There's a sticker set, and obviously the game, and a PS Vita skin. And you can actually get that PS Vita skin if you had just pre-ordered the game, by itself, the regular edition. But some interesting content in here, all basically to customize your Vita if you're a huge Persona fan. But this game alone is a fantastic game, so just go out and pick up, the game for 20 bucks or whatever to play. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. Originally came out on the PS2. Obviously, this is a ported version on the Vita. But alone, I don't think you'll probably come across the collector's edition of this, at a garage sale. But hey, weirder things have happened. But it is just a really cool little package, and will probably end up being one of the harder to find or more expensive Wii Vita collector's editions that comes out just because of how limited it is. But you never know. Maybe they will Atlas or NIS will put out a even harder to find, exclusive, maybe a website exclusive limited edition. This one was actually available to pre-order through like GameStop and I think Amazon and a few other places. So it wasn't a website exclusive, which a lot of like the NIS titles now that are coming out are. And I have a feeling quite a few of those collector's editions will become very, very rare and hard to find, expensive down the road. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up this video if you don't mind. I'm going to try to keep them on the shorter side, only showing a handful of games at a time. That way I can, hopefully do a few more videos in this series and not just one video that shows like 20 games and is like a half hour long. But thank you all again for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Peace!